Cheers. Yes. Ooh. Welcome to another episode of Whiskey Sour Libations and Conversations. I'm your host, Dominique. I'm here with my lovely air sign friends. We are the trifecta. There is Kendra, you know her from last week's episode, and the beautiful Phyllis. Okay, we back here because I said something to Kendra in last week's episode, and if you didn't listen, don't pop up. It's out now. Stream, share, subscribe, like. Where I mentioned a guy that we both knew that I, unfortunately, and I guess fortunately for her,
right. Thank God you're at par. You were a godsend for that.
That I hooked up with first. And I mentioned that this guy had peed in my bed. And I guess because we were kind of pressed for time, Kendra was headed out of the country. I did not get to tell that story. And a lot of y'all have hit me up asking me, what has happened? How did this person pee in your bed? Like, what was how did you respond? And so I am here to tell y'all what happened to me that night. Well, actually that morning when I woke up and he was standing over me.
It's going to be okay.
It's gonna be okay. It was standing over me, and I was under my covers. And you know how you feel somebody like watching you? Well, I fall from under the covers, and I was like, "Well, what's wrong?" He was like this water bottle.
Oh my God!
Have mercy. He looked crazy. So so sidebar. All jokes aside, I knew that he was some sort of like Army vet or Air Force or whatever. So I figured it was just a little PTSD. He had a nightmare, and that's how maybe he was sleepwalking.
That's being really nice.
Yeah. That's me being really nice.
Very nice.
So when I say to him like, "Hey, what's wrong?" and he was just like, I spilled water on your bed.
Damn.
And I'm like,
fabricated lie at this point, or
yeah, I don't know, but I just was like, okay, if it's water, like I'm not tripping. Like it's hella early in the morning.
Well,
like,
first of all that emphasis, I spilled. Yeah, like why does he have the water bottle trying to give himself an alibi?
So, but it was weird because like it was like maybe he put. First of all, let me just back up. I asked him, did he pee in the bed? And he told me no. So I was cool. I was like, well, if it's water, it's just gonna dry. Like, you know, and I looked over because it was on clearly not on the comforter, it was on the sheets. Right. And it was like this puddle of water. So it was like I don't know if he thought that it was just going to sink right into the bed, but I have like a pillow top mattress.
Yeah. Wait, but first of all, can we go back? You said you thought it was like a PTSD thing. Was he drunk?
So the night before.
Yeah, what happened the night before? Because we need to know how he got in your bed. We need to know the backstory.
Okay, so you were right. That night before, we did drink a lot. Okay. We drank a lot of tequila. Okay. And we ate a lot too. We had pizza and wings. So it wasn't like, you could be like buzzed, but it was enough greasy food where you should have been okay. Yeah. You know, but when we went, so when we like hooked up that night, he didn't appear drunk. Like he was functioning okay. You know, he didn't have like tequila dick or whiskey dick or anything like that. So it was fine. At least I was under the impression that he was. So when I woke up in the morning to him standing over me with this water bottle looking crazy, you know, and he said that it was water. So I was like, oh, he probably had water, like, or tried to like get back in the bed and I oddly didn't feel him. And he like spilled it because the bottle was open, but he looks like he had this nightmare. He looked shook. He looked shook. So I was just like, okay, well, it's water. So I was like, well, let's just go in the living room and like just chill, you know. And I took the comforter and I went into the living room because the comforter was not wet.
It was just the sheets.
It was just the sheets that was wet. again, huge puddle of water. So he did spill water on the sheets. So he said to me as we went into the living room, he was like, "You're not gonna wash your sheets?" And I was like,
"It's just water."
Nah, it's just water.
It's just water.
You know, and I was like, "I just washed my sheets. It's just water." You know, you said it's water. And I asked him again, I said, "You know, like, I'm not going to tease you. By chance, did you really pee, you know, in the bed?" And he was like, "No, I just spilled all that water." I was like, "Okay, well, it's water. It's not going to have a stench."
Yeah. I don't have to wash my sheets.
I don't have to wash my sheets. Again, we're sitting there. He was like, "So you're just not going to wash your sheets?" So I'm like,
wait, for the second time.
He brought it up
that was
again?
a third time. So I was like, okay, this is a third time because he said it in the room, then he said it here, and then he said it randomly again. So it's 3 times. I said, okay, I'm asking you again. Did you have an accident? Because then I need to really wash my sheets. Like, I would never bring this up again.
Yeah.
Had you know, if this happened, like, this would not be, you know, I'm not trying to embarrass you or put you out there like that. And he said no. And I was like, okay, I'm going to put him in the dryer. So just to see. So I was like, okay, well, you know what? I'm going to just put him in the dryer. And I put him in the dryer. By this time, you know, it's like 30, 35 minutes pass. And he leaves. So I go to get him out the dryer. And they smell like, it's not necessarily pee. It smelled like soy sauce and something else. And I don't...
It just smelled like the wings and pizza you guys had the night before.
I don't know, but it didn't really smell like pee. So the other thing that was weird, like I said, I had just gotten a new mattress, and you spill stuff on your bed, water, things like that.
You don't smell.
It don't smell. The mattress also smelled. Yeah. And so I'm like, this motherfucker. Like, you...
Wait, what did the mattress smell like? The soy sauce?
It smelled like that soy sauce. And I'm like, well, what else did you eat where it's not smelling like urine, but it's like... But it's still... Soy sauce don't smell good to me. It tastes good, but it don't smell good to me.
It's not the best smell.
Yeah, and so you smell so... Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Sodium, salty.
Urine has a similar type of scent. It smells very, like, salty, like strong.
Especially if you don't have a good diet and don't drink enough water.
And then y'all were drinking the night before.
Yes.
Okay.
So which led me, I'm like, this nigga done peed in my bed. Because, and I think what was like really fucked up about the situation is you just couldn't tell me.
The fact that let's talk about the fact that he asked you, was it 2 or 3 times about putting your sheet? I feel like that was him trying to warn you, but like, just be a man and come out and say it. Like,
right. And it's like, where shit happens. Like on Being Mary Jane, she was so stressed out when she was peeing. And see, Zaza's here, y'all.
Yeah,
Zaza's passing gas.
I don't even smell it.
I smell it. I smell it. Oh, you don't want to smell that.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh,
that's why I looked. I was like, did she go to the bathroom? No.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, this is a gassy cup.
Girl, Zaza is terrible. Hey, so yeah. So like you said, to me, it's like, yes, you are telling me, but you're not telling me. But I'm also being very direct with you.
Yeah, and he bold-faced lied. Like, my thing is, you straight asked him, literally straight up, did you pee in my bed? And he's like, no.
But then again, so let me dissect this.
Okay.
First red flag. First red flag for me would have been the fact that he woke up before you to explain this wet spot on your bed.
Well,
that's number 1. Second red flag was when he asked you again. I'm like, okay, why? Like, it's okay. Then the third red flag was when he asked you for the third time. It's like, all right, if it were me, I would have been like, he peed in my bed. Like, and
that's why when he said it the third time, I was just like, but that third time, I just was like, you know what? Then fine, I'm gonna put him in the dryer since it's just water.
And then the fourth time is when he fled the scene. Bitch.
Yes,
Like,
my thing is like
he
he left before you could really discover
girl,
that it was
he
indeed
fled the
urine
scene.
on your fucking shoes.
No. So, but he also had somewhere to go. So
Oh,
He
that
was
was.
waiting for you to put the
He
damn
was
sheets
waiting
in the dryer. He's
until-
like, all right, bye.
But so I'm just like, I'm pissed because, like I said, it's just a simple fact that, there was a situation when we were on a church trip years ago.
With the same guy?
No.
Okay.
Like, this is a different story.
Okay.
And this kid had this accident. We went to like a buffet, and apparently he was notorious for doing this. Like, his sister ends up telling us, but he has this accident when we're like in this hallway having this conversation about, oh, what time we gonna meet for devotional, blah 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 blah. And but instead of just saying, "Excuse me, I have to go to the bathroom," like, he tried to hold it until the end, and he had an accident, like running back to the room. So my cousin had to stay in that room, and he said it smelled like death. But whatever.
Wait, but how old were y'all?
Yeah, and
I was in high school. When that
This
happened.
is a grown ass man that was
Right, but and that kid was in
middle
middle school, but he knew better because, like, he was
Right.
over 8.
Yeah.
So he knew better, and his mom had been telling him to stop doing that shit. But it's just also, like I said, like, we never brought it up. We couldn't make fun of him because we couldn't go on the next trip if we made fun of him.
Mm-hmm.
But it was just like, we never, even as adults, like, we never talked about it. We've seen him. Don't bring it up or look at him like, shitty booty. So
nothing like
it's
that.
just,
that was a definite joke.
Wait, so he didn't piss, he shit on himself?
Girl, he shitted on himself.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Yeah, the kid shitted on himself.
That's too much.
So
poor baby.
that's the thing. Like, things happen when you're like, I have been. I was roofied before, and a whole bunch of shit happened to me. I lived in St. Louis, and the last thing I swear I remember was going to the bathroom, and I was sitting on a counter, and I was talking.
Got on the beanbag. It's okay.
She
chilling.
And that was the last thing I remembered. And then bits and pieces of it, like, when I woke up on the couch, it was like, and I was like, what happened to me? And I had like bruises and like scars and stuff. And apparently, like, I remember.
I'll be right back.
I remember falling in the bushes at my uncle's house. Apparently, I fell in the bushes in real life.
So you was with family?
I was with someone that was supposed to be my friend at the time. That's a whole nother situation. But, like, I might have threw up in her car. I might have peed in her car. I might have done some other things in her car. But, like, that, I know that happened to me. And I'm not embarrassed to say it happened. But it's just like, I was drugs. I didn't, like, your body responds, like, different ways. Right. Because I was like, the amount of food that I ate, I was like, there's no way that I was just like drunk and blacked out, and it took me like days to recover. So so I think, like I said, like, I think that was like the most fucked up part, and that's why I can make fun of the situation is because, nigga, you lied. Period. You ruined my mattress. Like, when I move, like, I can't.
It was new.
It was new. Oh, I definitely can't take that mattress with me, like, when I move. Because I tried to clean the mattress, and it ended up, like, staining the mattress even more. Oh. So I was like...
You tried with a steam cleaner?
Girl.
Nothing.
Girl.
Yeah. You may have to take some, I know this sounds bad, some bleach to that mattress and just permanently have a mattress pad.
Wait, tell me about, we still have a mattress.
Oh, yeah, I had just got that mattress. That was a brand
You need to put a mattress top on.
Oh, girl, I got a mattress pad on top of that.
Okay.
Well, I still put mattress pads anyway.
What about a topper? Like one of those, like, gel memory foam toppers?
Oh, girl, I don't need all of that. I just need, because it's a comfy mattress.
Oh, okay.
I don't need all of that because it's like a pillow top. Like I said, like it. So so that's what happened, and so that's how. When I looked at Kendra's phone, and I saw his name, and I was like,
saved her.
And and it's funny because, like, Kendra and I have very similar features. So it's
and we both from St. Louis.
So the other thing that was really weird was, like, he was just interesting because I remember him telling me this story when he was, like, I guess in film school or something out here about a girl that was from St. Louis that, like, I guess worked in the bursar's office that he was, like, messing with. but she had somehow gotten a hold of his, like, well, clearly, if you work in the bursar's office, his information and his social, and was like doing like shit to his social.
Wow, that's like, isn't that like a felony?
But mind you, he also said that the girl was pregnant, and the girl was saying that she was pregnant by him. And I was like, okay, well, why didn't you just get a DNA test? Because to me, like, a DNA test is so accessible. It's like $100 to do a DNA test now.
Yeah.
So if it's your kid, take care of it. If it ain't your kid, then, then cool, like, move on.
Yeah.
But he was saying, like, I never have luck with girls from St. Louis. And I'm just like, well,
you keep dating us.
Like, you keep dating us.
Entertain it, because like he said that to me too. And my thing is like, why would you lie? Like, this person seems like a compulsive liar off rip. Because like Black LA is actually really, really small.
Yeah. So, honestly, LA is not big at all. Like, even in white Hollywood, and it really is.
It has a lot of people, but everyone knows each
other. Everybody knows each other. And it's just so funny because, when we sent him that picture, it was nothing he could really say.
He couldn't say shit.
Because his response was like, even like, haha, y'all funny.
Yeah.
Like, so it wasn't like, oh my God, like, you know her or anything.
He was just
like
trying
that.
to play. I'm like, bro, like, I'm not gonna text you again after this, so it doesn't even matter. But like, I just really thank you because that's the minute I knew he was a real one. Like, nothing dodged that bullet of like men that pee in women's beds is just like top tier friendship right there. Like,
I was just like, I'm like, and it's not even the fact that he did. It was like he lied, and like you said, he lied about having an Instagram. And I was like, girl, he has an Instagram, and I pulled it up,
all over the place.
Girl, and pulled it up, and he had like 15,000 followers in there. They were not bought.
Yeah, like, he had a real like following. He had like engagement. I'm looking at his posts. I'm like, people comment on his shit. I'm like,
so why lie?
Why lie about having an Instagram? That's the weirdest thing to lie about.
Where's he from originally?
Philly.
He's a transplant.
Yeah. So it's just the weirdest thing, and it's just like it made no sense. And even now, like sometimes, like he doesn't follow me, and he'll still look at like stories from time to time, or he might like something. I'll send it to Kendra. I'm like, look at this shit, dog. Like,
why is he still following? He's like going out his way of typing your handle. If he doesn't follow you, I see you on the summer page.
You're still trying to see what I'm doing. Like,
that's my fault for thinking that he looked like John Wall a little bit. And he did, but then know that
John Wall is super cute too.
Because now I have Instagram.
No. Anyway, like I said, it's my fault for thinking, But it was just like, girl, I don't know. Like, people say stuff and you just be like, man, that don't make no goddamn sense. And here you are, and niggas peeing in my bed.
And I should have so naive.
But I was like, the red flag was the story about the girl and the information and the kid, that the possible kid that he might have.
Yeah, it means he's out here being reckless.
Yeah, it's not even just, I'm like, yo, like the fact that you don't even care enough about the situation or what you could have done to go get a DNA test had me fucked.
Yeah, it just means that you like letting girls fend for themselves out here. If you guys have a potential situation, like you're not even willing to step up to the plate and see the truth. Like, it's just disgrace.
So I don't know. So yeah, that's what happened to me, y'all. That nigga peed in my bed. What's up, Pissola? If you ever see this.
So okay, I have a question for you.
Okay.
What type of trauma is that? Like, how has this trauma affected you in your dating life since this happened? Have you looked at me?
Look at me like that.
No, I want to know. Like, have you looked at? Because like honestly, like it sounds funny, like just hearing it from someone. Like, if that happened to me, I would be like, just. I don't trust a man at all.
I wouldn't want anybody.
I wouldn't want nobody in my
house. Yeah.
I wouldn't. I literally.
I will say for a while after that, I did not have men over. I was just like,
yeah.
But not only
that,
I was like, I wasn't fucking with you like that to even let you like stay over.
Yeah.
So it was just like I was in this space of like trying to have a hot girl whole summer, like when that happened, and I was just like, I don't let niggas stay over my house because like that people get attached.
They do.
And so I was like, okay, well I need to go back.
Yeah.
So I was like, I need to go back to my old school way.
Right.
And I'm like, yo, I'll come over your house, we can kick it. and then I'm gonna go home.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm not staying over because I'm not trying to have that awkward conversation with you, and I'm gonna just grab my shit and slip out. Like, that's just a really where I was, and it's like I said, it took me a long time to let. And I'm gonna say a long time to let niggas stay over because I was just like, you know, home in general is your safe space.
And
I don't like niggas.
Sanctuary.
I don't like niggas coming over my house and we arguing or anything like that. Like, I don't want any of that. When that nigga was acting a fool on Thanksgiving, y'all would.
I was there.
Yeah, Kendra was there. So we had this
whole. There's many instances.
Girl, there was
not this guy.
There was a different guy. There was a whole debacle that happened on Thanksgiving at my house. And it like disrupted, and we was having such a good time.
We were having the best time, and some really heavy shit came up.
Sometimes I be feeling like my sister be baiting niggas, but it was she didn't, and the girl didn't respond accordingly, and it just went left from there. But let me tell you how bomb this night was on Thanksgiving, y'all. My daddy was even here.
Okay,
y'all, mac and cheese. My sister on fire.
What?
Yo, so we was playing games.
So much was going on.
So much was going on. We was playing like one of those flip games.
Yeah, the charades. Yeah,
and her fucking hair caught on fire because the candle was like sitting right behind us, and I was like, Janelle!
I forgot about that part. That was a lot going on.
There was a lot, but thank God she didn't have anything that had alcohol in her hair because that shit. Ooh,
yeah, her real hair.
It was her real hair.
Ooh,
yeah, girl. It was. Yeah. So it was a lot happening. But even another time, like they got in an argument about a fucking dog. Who knew that dogs could be such a sensitive subject?
They really are. You can't comfort people and their dogs.
No, but nobody was coming for anybody and their dog. It was just that a dog had gotten left at home. Yes. And now that was the one time I was just like, Lord Jesus, like who knew? The next thing you know, so they telling somebody to die. My homeboy trying to jump over the balcony.
Wow.
So I don't do drama in my house. Like I don't argue. I get frustrated. I consistently like sage because my house is my fortress of solitude, you know? So when that nigga peed in my bed, I was like, okay, no nigga come over here for a while.
Yeah, reasonably so. Like I wouldn't it's just one of those things. This is so much easier, especially even if you're starting to have a whole phase. You don't need all those different like energies in your head on. Like I'm not having multiple dudes over. Like that's not the way. Like there's not enough sage in the world to get rid of.
Girl, that definitely deserved a yummy detox. After that, I had to realign my coochie chakra. I had to do a yummy detox after that and realign my coochie chakra because baby, girl, because that shit, I was just like, man, my goddamn nigga. And you know what? Let me tell you this shit because I stopped fucking with him after that. He randomly called and was like, yo, where you at? And I was like, and it was like normal business hours.
Wait, after the pee thing.
Yeah. So and it was normal. It was normal business hours. So I was like, okay, this is weird. What's wrong? And somehow I guess he had gotten a ticket or something of the sort, and he had to either park his car or whatever it was. I had to like come and pick him up. I like was being generous and nice because I wasn't far leaving Beverly Hills to go home. And I was like, okay, I can help you out. And so I like drove his car. He was like, oh, I'll Uber you back to your car or whatever. But yeah, so I like meet up with him. I park my car. I drive him to his house. And then the nigga don't even pay for the Uber to get back to my car. And I was just like, you are a grimy, lame ass, pissy ass motherfucker. and you're gonna get everything that comes to you.
And fuck me for being nice to you.
Yeah, you
just
gave
needed
him
my
the
motherfucking
benefit.
bed. Like,
You
didn't
didn't say
nigga.
yeah.
Didn't even say
Wow.
like, can I get your mattress clean? Can I do
Nothing.
anything?
Nothing.
Like, knowing that you peed in
Acting
my
like
bed.
it didn't happen on some fuck shit.
Wow.
Girl, I was like, LA is a different place, and people always say that, like, oh, California, LA people. That no. Let's get this straight. It is not the people born and raised here. It is the transplants. Yes. It's the transplants that do all of that bullshit. And I'm saying it like, oh, I was born in LA. No, nigga, but I also know how to not to act a fucking fool and piss in niggas' bed.
Exactly.
Lord, let me shut the fuck up because I don't want to have an accident.
No, you're not, because one, you're acknowledging what happened. And it's the truth. Like, this actually happened. And it's just like unfortunate as fuck. But these transplants come here, act like they're bigger and badder in the city, and try to shit on everyone here. It's just like, listen, we all know that you were outcast in your hometown. Like, don't come here and try to act like
and don't try to sit on me, shit on me, motherfucker. Like, I've been here. You just getting here.
You came here and got a new face, got a new name.
It's just like most normal transplants, like us, like we're excited to get here. We want to like really come contribute and actually get to know the local culture and figure out all this shit out. But some people come here already thinking they're Kardashian or some shit. And it's just like raggedy. I hate it.
Girl, I'm just like sitting here. Thinking back, I'm like, damn, like I've really been in the middle of like a lot of fuck nigga shit out here, low key.
Yeah, every bad male situation,
not low key, it's high.
I would say most of my poor interactions with men have happened in LA. Like, it is a horrible place to date, 1,000%. Top 5 in the country.
Absolutely.
Probably top 3.
Top 3. At least top 3.
Girl, I had terrible dating situations in St. Louis. Fuck you, mean? Like,
I mean, I did too.
I was like,
it's still like at least it was there in pee in beds like that. So I mean,
yeah, no, they didn't pee in your bed. They was fucking another bitch in your bed.
That's even worse. Oh shit. Oh Lord, have mercy,
girl. Because it be happening. I'm just like, so you really thought that was just okay? Just gonna let it fly? Like,
pushing it. They asked me for a favor.
Right, like a ride.
Like what? Grown men asking for rides.
Walk your ass to the bus
no, exactly. Uber, Lyft, buses, trains. Like, we live in a world with so much.
And I'm trying to think if the nigga license was just like expired or something. It was something.
Seems,
like, he was just a mess, and like I said, like it was just
more
too
than
much.
a dud. Like,
you're gross.
Yeah,
it was just too much, and I was so over it. I'm like, yeah. I was like, 3LW, no, I'm not the one. Never again. Never again. No.
Well, I appreciate you being the martyr, so I didn't have to.
Right.
Really appreciate your services.
And good looking out with the word.
Yes.
Kendra could have been in some dumb shit.
Yes. Because, like, honestly, like, if it was, like, I know some people have a weird thing about, and especially when it comes to women, like, we're friends and we shouldn't be, like, sleeping with each other, like coming up behind people. If it was my bomb dick, and I was like, girl, he might pee in your bed, but the dick bomb. So pick and choose that battle.
Right. Like,
but like, because I'm not ever gonna. That could have been your husband. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No. Let me tell you.
Yeah, that's not my thing.
If I knew,
it's not. So there was a situation where I have a homegirl and they try to spin it, and they, like, one of our other friends tried to spin it like, oh, I didn't fuck with her baby daddy or whatever, her boyfriend, because I liked him. And I was like, nah, sis, that ain't the case. He liked me. And I never told her that he, like, asked me, out because I didn't like him.
Yeah.
And
bringing it up.
And there was no reason for me to potentially block somebody's blessing. When I was,
but you didn't fuck with dude though.
I didn't. I girl, no.
Yeah.
I didn't.
That's different.
Yeah, but it was. But she felt like sometimes. I said, why? Like, I didn't. Like, I invited him to my birthday party. Came to my birthday party.
She was being silly. Like, I'm sorry that he liked me.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
Yes.
But I didn't even pursue him.
Yeah, I was like, no. Like, and I was like, so I don't know why so and so would even tell you that, because I got witnesses that can back this up. Like, my homeboys, like, that will say, nah, like, it wasn't her, it was him. Right. He definitely asked her, did she have a valid times?
Mm. Oh, girl, that would have been done right there.
So, girl, it was never nothing there.
No, I mean, like, you fucking with this dude. He obviously, like, after y'all, he hits her up, and she didn't get the warning from you, so she doesn't even know, but then starts talking to him. After you let her know the warning, and then she continues, that's an issue.
Yeah.
Honestly, because we were just still getting to know each other.
Yeah, this was
like
really early in the adoption.
Literally like Kendra and I had just met.
Yeah, this was like super close.
Yeah,
like,
so that's I wouldn't have been.
Yeah, but I'm sorry. If it were different, it would sound a lot like Portia's situation. Housewife Portia. Atlanta.
Yeah, if I end up marrying the pee and bed dude,
that's what I'm.
It would have been a
or like even like it doesn't matter if y'all were just gonna know each other or acquaintances or whatever. Still, like she met you, she liked you, right?
So,
it would be weird,
right? So since we're here, do y'all think that it is? So that's clearly off the board for all of y'all.
Yeah, I'm not with it.
Okay,
I have zero interest in men.
No.
Zero. I don't think anybody y'all date.
Period.
To me, I don't find them attractive at all. Like,
yeah.
I was like, we don't have the same type. So I was like, you know, he's tall. Yeah, that's all. You
like, okay.
What do you want me to say?
No, but we've had some friends at one point who was like, you know what? It didn't work out with her, but I have this friend, and try to introduce the dude that I was talking to another friend. Yes.
Yeah, it's a huge trauma area for me too.
Yeah. Are you fucking kidding me?
Not at all. Attempted, like made the suggestion, and I was like, I mean, yeah, you could, but he lasts for 4 minutes, so it's up to you.
Yeah, totally up to you. And they still went out their way to gross.
Girl, I don't
give you warning. This dude is whack as fuck. You saw how you did your friend. Yet you still wanna
you're
no point.
Why would you do that as my friend?
But you know what? But some women are like men, and they feel like that
there's not an excess of men in the world.
Well, I don't think it's that. It's just like, it didn't work out. So, you know, I've been in situations like that where I have had men try to date me, and I'm like, yo, that's weird.
Yeah.
And for me, it's weird because it might have been a person that I actually have feelings for.
Yeah.
You know, not somebody that I was just fucking around with. Like, people are just fucking around with. I don't really give a fuck. Because, like, I know that.
No future with you. Like,
it's just like, it's a good fuck. Like, we're having a good time. That's it. But, like, if it was somebody that I was, like, really hoping that it worked out, I think I have a problem. But if it was just something random or just like, what if I didn't see that?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Or I had a situation where I found out that like someone I got really close with was involved with someone that I had hooked up with, and it just never spoke about it because it was like, okay, what's the point of bringing up the information? And like I had hooked up with the guy so long ago before I met this girl who I became cool with.
Right.
So it's just like there's no sense in bringing this up. Like we were like best friends. We like really pretty close. Like hung out and shit. So
right.
I was just like, it's not worth it. Like, and I'm not even on that with you. Like, I'm not on that with him or you. I don't want to bring it up. Like, it's not a thing.
I think for me, it was this guy that I really liked in St. Louis. Y'all, this motherfucker, of course, like, it's not easy for me to find. You tall motherfuckers always like bitches that are 5'2" and 5'4".
Why?
Like, why?
Your 5'8" baddies are out here looking for a kid.
You having a kid, your son is not going to the league because your kid is going to be 5'2". Your son is going to be 5'2".
Yes.
So I'm telling you that right now.
If you want a basketball kid, hit us up. That's all I'm saying.
Because I'm like, like, and that's really
so annoying. Like, and then y'all just look stupid out there. Like, just unproportionate. The fuck?
Looks like your daughter. Like, you're coming with your daughter.
Like, what are you doing?
No, looking like a fucking grass. like this year was a great year. The next year was, terrible. We saw a decrease in sales.
Literally.
Dumb. So this guy, and he and I are still really cool, though he, play bullshit games. And this is what happens when you end up fucking people and you have no business like fucking them. And so come to find out, he had hooked up with my like former best friend. Like, and how I found ex-best friend. Okay. Yeah. I said former. Okay, and he
wait, she knew that y'all were together. Obviously.
No. She didn't know. Okay, so when they hooked up, it was so long ago. I guess they were like I don't know if it was like high school or after. I think it was after high school, but how it even came out, I had mentioned this person's name, and she was like, "You know, Spider," and I never heard anybody ever refer to him as that.
Wait,
name.
so they hooked up before you and him got together?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I was like, "Oh my god, St. Louis is so small. I have no business fucking niggas."
Girl, period. St. Louis. I was like, it's too soon. It's too close.
St. Louis is
we've all had that situation.
Somebody, if we just 1 degree of separation from everybody out there.
Yeah, we are one person.
Easy. Because I don't think, you know, like I said, I've been fortunate for the most part. I don't think I have hooked up with anybody that you know and vice versa. At least in St. Louis.
Okay, yeah. I feel like you know my whole roster. So like I don't think you've hooked up with anyone.
Yeah, because you be saying people names. I was like, I don't know them.
Yeah,
maybe I'm too old because I don't know.
You're 1 year older than me.
Hey, that year makes a huge difference.
Not at all.
Okay,
we're the same age at this point.
Like, no,
literally.
like seriously, like I was just thinking, like it was just, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think I hooked up with nobody.
No, yeah, you definitely have it. You definitely have it.
No.
I know your guys that you talk to in St. Louis. I like obviously know your ex and stuff because we like everyone party the same. I know your ex, obviously.
What?
She knows.
You know what I'm talking about.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I said I know your ex-boyfriend.
Who is that?
I'm not dropping names.
I don't know who you speak of. I don't have any exes.
Hey, baby.
Who? Lord have mercy.
Lord.
We're gonna table that for
right. Table it. There we go.
It's like no matter what I do, no matter how hard I try, just like fucking Instagram suggested a page to me, and he has a couples page, and it was on the podcast page, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, why would y'all even suggest this shit to me?
Because they know Instagram know they're looking at the mutual followers, they're looking at all that stuff, and they just like the algorithm is petty. The algorithm is mad petty.
I'm like, really today?
But not just that. You know the iPhone be listening. So watch as you check Instagram right now. Go on your Discover page.
That's gonna be that profile right now. Do
the
it right
first
now.
one.
Well,
the first square.
Well, we didn't say no names, so it shouldn't.
All right,
and let's keep it like that.
All right.
It's AI. It's been picked up on the.
I hate both of you hoes. I hate y'all.
Machine learning.
Right.
You know it's gonna
I hate it here.
She loves
Adaptive learning.
Yes.
Lord Jesus, please take the wheel. Come and get us. This ghetto down here, please.
This ghetto down here.
Amen. Well, guys, before we get out of here, I want to know if you guys have had like any, traumatizing situations. Maybe not somebody peeing your bed because y'all have never told me. But, like traumatic experiences with men where it's like, I'm not fucking with you. Where it's unforgivable.
Well, there's too many to name. Way too many to name, actually. Too many traumatizing experiences. So
have you ever been out and y'all caught your nigga with somebody else?
No.
Oh, wait a minute. I mean, it's not like he wasn't my nigga. He was. How do I put this? There's no way to put this. I was the side bitch, but I was okay with that. I knew what it was. I was okay with that. Like I loved everything that came with that. Okay. But then he tried to play me with, I guess, another side bitch in my face. Yes. On a trip that he paid for. Girl.
That's raggedy.
On a trip that he paid for, yes. And the crazy part about it was like, I felt something in the beginning. I said something like, you're doing a little bit too much flirting. And I'm feeling something, woman intuition, I don't like it. Oh, woman, it's nothing, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, all right, whatever. The day goes on, it continues. I ignore it. Girl, catch these two motherfuckers making out in the corner by the pool. Wow. At the Aria in Vegas. Flew me out there and everything.
Unforgivable.
Yes.
Give me a Dr. Pepper.
Unforgivable.
I wanted some Chick-fil-A. And I was like, I wanted to.
Okay. All trying to skirts.
Die, ho. That's the way.
Wow.
Die.
Now, I will say I have been caught up
You've been caught.
Oh, I've been caught. Because the dude that I was talking to, like, all of a sudden, like, it seemed like he ghosted me, and I guess that was early ghosting. And I hadn't heard from you in a week. And I remember my sister was like, well, if you don't hear from a nigga, like, in a week.
It's over.
No, that's
like,
a fact.
Yeah, it's over. So I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
So I went to the mall with my favorite ex. It was like me, my former best friend.
Favorite ex. That's the rebound.
That is
no. The favorite ex is we grew up together.
Always,
okay. My favorite ex, we grew up together. And you know, everybody got a favorite ex.
Everybody does.
You know,
I don't, but
okay.
Phyllis don't fuck with her ex at all.
At all.
And that's honestly, I respect you. That's how it should be.
Dead.
Girl.
The mutual friendships, dead.
Yep.
Family relationships, dead. We're dead. Done. There's no need. That's me.
It's hard to get rid of the mutual friend thing. Like I have ex.
We could be friends. You could DM
like,
me.
it's fine.
Like the picture.
No, I'm still friends with that ex I keep talking about. Family. No, like y'all, cause like their family was like super, super close, and we just developed like a really great relationship. Like his mom is coming out here, like I think in July, and we're supposed to hang out. So yeah, you know, like
you can have good relationships with family. I still like my first love. I'm still mad cool with his family. I love them.
No candy coated.
It can't be me.
Valentine.
You would say fuck them exes. They disappeared off the
face
of the earth after she got down with that.
Girl. But you know, so yeah, we went to the Galleria, which I hear is very hostile these days.
Girl, motherfuckers be shooting at fighting.
I heard which Galleria?
The one
in St. Louis, not the Houston.
I used to work there.
Yeah, we both used to work there.
I thought y'all talking about out here.
That's the one in Glendale?
The one in South Bay.
Oh, that one I've been there.
Yeah, it's cute. It's small.
Yeah.
Girl, we got banged on one time. Not me. Yes. By some kids.
You, like some
not me. Yes, they pressed Olivia, my old best friend.
Was she wearing some?
Nothing.
Like just pressed
nothing. They walked up to her and was like, "What's that you rep?" And she said, "What?" And he said, "What's that you rep?" And she just looked confused, like, "What the fuck?" And I was just like, I wasn't around. So when
I'm from Nigeria, bitch.
Girl,
like, what the
she told me, like, I could feel her heart beating. And I'm just like, girl, we can go. Like, hey,
I be so real about that shit.
Yeah, so where's that you from?
Girl, nobody's ever asked me that out there.
What? Niggas are gonna
no. But niggas like have never asked me that out here. But I've also only saved my ass in Beverly Hills.
Yeah, I don't be
out in the hood.
But yeah, I heard like this area is a little hot. Like used to be a little hot back in the day.
Oh, I can see that.
Yeah, all solid colors. And I'm like, black, white, or like some pink or something.
Because you have to think like Baldwin Hills, like Ladera, like all that is right here. And so it was like a lot
not that far from Inglewood.
Not at all. Right, so it's like Westchester, all of that. So it was like, think about like the 90s and like the race wars and all of that stuff. Like it was hot over here.
There's a lot of like Mexican gangs in this area.
Yeah. But I got caught up at the mall and the Galleria on the escalators. Oh. And man, I remember that shit like it was yesterday. And I was with my friends. Dude, I was like, yo, I don't give a fuck. She's like, yo, that's Jared. And I like ducked. And the nigga saw me and I was just like, oh, wow. But then he walking by like on the phone, but I was like, I thought your phone was off. You know, like you had no minutes, whatever. I try to contact you, you didn't contact me. And then him and his homeboy, like I think the dude name was Sequoia. Like I remember that because it's such a random name. And they like walk up to my dude, like they introduce themselves or whatever, like just trying to be so fucking petty. So now I'm having to explain the situation. I say, so last week I was going out with that nigga, but I ain't hear from him in a week, and you say you want to hang out. So I was like, here we are, we can hang out. You know, like it's not like we're in a relationship. I also have known you since I was like born.
Right.
So whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, girl, I got caught up at the mall.
Everyone gets caught up somewhere. Really, like so. The hookah bar that I always go to, the guy that works there and I were like kind of texting, talking or whatever. And he seen me bring multiple guys to that hookah bar. Like, and it's just weird because every time he's like, it's a lost cause, but he's still being my DM. So maybe it's, men don't care. I think men are just gross. Like
No, because men always think in some way, shape, or form they always have a shot.
Yes, they never give up hope. That's the thing.
Yeah.
They never. They have.
Some of
hope
y'all need to
always.
give up hope. It ain't happening. I'm not. It's not. So I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Well, guys, thank you for tuning into another episode of Whiskey Sour Libations and Conversations. I have to do this again. Do y'all want to say y'all IGs or whatever, or do you?
Oh, sure.
Okay, say your IG. Let the people know where to find you. Because Phyllis is funniest when she do post.
When she posts once every
my
2
post
months.
was like a year ago or something like that. But y'all can follow me out at PhilIam. Yeah,
Phil.
Phil.I.am.
I think those are underscores, but okay.
No, they're not.
No,
they're
they're
not.
not.
Yes.
All right.
PhilIam.
And you guys can follow me at Denim and Lipstick Girl, all spelled out.
And don't forget to follow Whiskey Sour on IG and like, subscribe, and share. Don't forget wherever you podcast, if you're listening, to make sure you hit the subscribe button so you can make sure you get all the updates and alerts. And yeah, that's it. Also the candles will be back up and running. Hopefully by the end of this week. I'm working on that webpage tomorrow. Okay.
Right?
We've been missing them candles,
Literally,
girl.
like,
They smell
girl.
fire.
Literally.
Okay. Yeah, so the label should be here on the 3rd, hopefully. And I'm going to do pre-sale the first 2 weeks. And so then we will go from there and open the site fully up. But yeah, we'll see how the pre-sale goes. And yeah, that's all I got for y'all niggas. So I'll see y'all hoes next week.